Well, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Halloween stream. As you guys can see, my background is different. It's not the same. So it's just going to be, we're just going to talk about Halloween in the stream. We're not going to be talk about Scream or anything like that. It's just going to be a Halloween stream, excuse me. Um, as you guys know, um, tomorrow we're going to be doing a Friday the 13th um, live stream, or we just talk about just the Friday the 13th films. But today we're gonna just be talking about Halloween. So no Scream talk, no no other horror movie talk. Just Halloween tonight. That's it. So I just want you guys to be aware of that before um, we get started. And we already have a person in here, Russell. He said, "What's up, everyone? I smashed that like button before I came in this awesome stream and chat. Happy Sunday, everyone." Well, thank you for that. I appreciate you, Russell. Seriously, I appreciate you. Gotta go get a drink. Be right back. Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so this stream is just basically going to be a Halloween stream. We're basically just going to talk about Halloween. Like, that's basically it. You know? We're not going to be talking about no other horror movies. So I just want to start out by saying, like, talking about just letting people know if there's anybody trolling in the chats. Obviously, I keep an eye out on the chats, but just let me know what happens and let me know if anybody's trolling at all, because I'll take care of it. All right, because I know, that Scott Walker or whatever was trolling the last time, and I got to keep a lookout. I got to watch out for him because he's been kind of weird, So let me know if he's like offensive to you, any of you, or Russell, you as well. I mean, you're the only one in the chat right now, but um, just let me know if he comes in the chat today or whatever. Just let me know if he is trolling you or anything, because I could take care of it. But so this Russell, I don't know if you heard, but this stream is going to be just Halloween talk. So we're just going to be talking Halloween. That's it. As you can tell by my background, that's all we're going to be doing today in the stream. So we're going to be talking about Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, any Halloween film you want to talk about, and then tomorrow, obviously, we're just going to be, talking about the Friday the 13th. Tomorrow's going to be the Friday the 13th stream. So where we're just going to go through, just talk about the Friday the 13th franchise. I just wanted to do something different, do something new and fresh, because I'm trying to do something new and fresh. So yeah, just wanted to let you all know that. I'm pretty sure y'all know. Blucka, what's up, man? Evil dies tonight. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Blucka, yeah. What's up, DJ? How's it going? Thank you for popping in. I don't know, you probably know already by my background and all that. I just got done saying that this stream is just going to be a Halloween stream. Just Halloween talk. That's it. No other horror movies or anything. Just Halloween. So, as you can see, my background. Trying to do something new and fresh. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a Friday the 13th. So. It actually should have been called Evil Lives Tonight. Oh, yeah. It should have. Maybe I should have called the stream Evil Lives tonight instead. That would have made a lot more sense. But no, man, this you guys, this comment down below, this comment, give me you guys' thoughts on any Halloween film. You know, I'm just gonna be talking about this certain topics. You know, about like the new like how when the next Halloween film may come out. I don't know if you guys saw my video last night. I uploaded a video today about me talking about basically when I think that we're gonna get when I think we're gonna get the new Halloween film, and I said that we'll probably have to wait at least 5 years down the line, you know, at least 5 years, until we get it. Even 10 years, I would say. I mean, a lot of people don't think that 10 years is believable, but I definitely think 10 years is very believable. I could see that being. I think that's possible, you know. But yeah, I just want to hear you guys' thoughts. Like, what do you guys think about that? Like, about the next Halloween film, and do you guys agree with me about it being possibly a sequel to Halloween 4? Because Halloween 4 is one of my favorites, the most underrated Halloween film, in my opinion. Halloween 4 is the most underrated Halloween film, like by far. So I think that if they did a sequel to Halloween 4, I think that would be pretty cool. My favorite is Halloween 1978. That was actually the movie that got me into horror. Yeah, me too. I actually watched 1978's Halloween when I was like younger. I think I rented it when I was like a kid, obviously. But obviously I wasn't around in the 70s, but I'm just saying like in the early 2000s and all that when I was little. I remember like going to rent it and all that, like, and that was like the first like movie, you know, obviously that I saw, you know, the first Halloween film. And yeah, I rented that movie, you know, 1978. Man, just a creepy movie when you know. But yeah, I remember that to this day. Like I remember renting that movie, you know, renting it on a family video and all that when I was younger. Back before like CDs were even around. It was like back when like the tapes, when you had like the tapes and all that, and so that's basically like when I rented movies, it was basically like it used to be like tapes and all that, like back in those days, back in the early 2000s. It should bring Danielle Harris back as Jamie Lloyd and do a direct sequel to Halloween 4 and give her justice she deserves. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Yeah, I think that it's very possible that we get a sequel to Halloween 4. I really do. And yeah, and I was saying in my video as well that I think that Danielle Harris should definitely come back and reprise her role because I don't feel like her character was done right. I don't feel like her character was I feel like she was done dirty in a lot of ways, especially in like the Curse of Michael Myers and all that. So I'd like her to like come back, you know, and come back and play, you know, Jamie Lloyd again. I think that would be pretty cool, and I think it's possible, honestly. Why do people even want more Halloween? Well, the thing is that people want more Halloween films because it brings in more, you know, movie companies would lose a lot of money if they just quit, you know, making the movies. Like, I don't have a problem with it, I get that people don't really want another Halloween movie because just because, the way Michael died and all that. I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, I think that they would lose a lot of money, if they didn't, do that, if they didn't make the movies, because these movies are, it's a big franchise. Like it's a famous franchise. One of the biggest horror franchises in history. Like, you know? So it would be hard for them. It would be hard for me to see them, just quit making them just because, I just think that, like, if they go with the new timeline, I don't think that's going to be a big deal. I think it's going to be way better than them starting, leaving off where Halloween ends. Leaving, like having the story, be a follow up from Halloween ends. Like, I think it's better if they had a new timeline, and I don't mind that. But if they were doing a follow up story to Halloween ends, then I would probably have a problem with it. But since they don't, or since they could be doing a new timeline, which I think that's very possible that they probably will, that they'll probably go there, like, start like a whole new timeline and all that. Um, it's definitely one of those things like that. I think that, yeah, Michael died, yes, but at the same time, these movies got to be. They can't just quit making them. In my opinion, that they would lose a lot of money. This franchise is so famous, like I said, and yeah, in the future, I do think that they probably will make a TV series. You know, I beg to differ, Blanca. Both the Thorn and H2O timelines like open ended and definitely could have been explored more in both timelines. Yep, I agree with that. What is Halloween, or what is Halloween at like 800 mil? 13 mil? Yeah, I don't really don't know, honestly. I just feel that Halloween's just such a big or it's such a big franchise. It would be hard for them to just like you just can't just quit making them. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm saying. Because if you're gonna begin a new timeline, you know, it doesn't really matter to me because, like I said, they're gonna start a whole new timeline. And they're not gonna unless they do something like they lead up from Halloween ends, like I said, and you know, and it's just a lead up. Well, I don't want that. I just want them to do a whole new timeline, you know, and I'm down for that. I'm totally down for that. Okay, what can they explain with current H2O? Well, I don't really know. Like, I don't think, like I said, that they're going to be exploring H2O, like, or anything. I think that they're probably going to be, like I said, they're probably more likely going to do a sequel. I've been saying that it's possible that they could do a sequel to Halloween 4, So I don't know what's going on with YouTube translating comment in its set service error. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. Um, yeah, I've never heard of that before. That's really weird. When will won't be about that. Repeat everything. Yeah, but the thing is, again, like I was just saying, the Halloween films are the Halloween films. You just can't quit making them. Just like with the Scream films, which we're not going to really talk much about Scream, obviously, because this is, a Halloween stream. But I'm just saying, they just can't quit making them. They have to keep on continuing somehow. Like, can't just quit making them because they would lose a lot of money. But no, I understand what you're saying. Like, because they keep on, exploring the same story and all that. I can see like what you mean. Like, Halloween's never been a big franchise. The focal people just blew it up and I think it's been a big franchise. I think it's always been big. It's always been big since 1978 when it first came out. Um, I'm exploring more ways to talent with the upcoming Halloween Resurrection fan film sequel called Halloween Retribution. Oh yeah, you talked about that with me. Yeah, you said that you're going to be making a you're going to be making a Halloween fan film as well, and also you told me that you're going to be making also a Scream, which, like I said, I don't want to go get off topic off of Halloween or nothing, but I'm just saying like that's pretty cool that you're doing that as well. Like, as far as the Thorn timeline is concerned, Michael Myers is also on the loose, still at the end of film. So there's many things they could have done. I want especially since the Halloween 7 was planned. Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if you guys know as well, but they were supposed to do a Pinhead versus Michael Myers crossover film, like crossover, kind of like Freddy versus Jason. But they were going to do Pinhead and Michael Myers. I think it was like in the early 2000s or whatever. But they didn't want to do it, I guess, just because it didn't really make too much sense to them. So I guess it didn't really make too much sense to them, so they just didn't do it. And I kind of feel that. I don't think that Pinhead and Michael Myers would have been a good film. Like, yeah, I want to see more crossovers, but I don't think that movie would have been. It wouldn't have made that much sense. The problem is about 1% of moviegoers are the notion that we can't move on. Yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying. If they keep repeating the same story, then yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, there shouldn't be. They needed to just do a whole new thing. Go their own route and quit copying other movies and. I understand that everyone loves Michael Myers, but we have basically agreed that Halloween is becoming Friday the 13th. I mean, Friday the 13th, honestly, I do think that Friday the 13th, if they did make another film, it would probably be just as bad as Halloween Ends, you know, because that's just the way Hollywood is nowadays, you know. Good evening. Oh, how's it going, Val? We're just talking Halloween. Today is a Halloween stream. We're just talking Halloween and talking about the Halloween films. That's it. And tomorrow we're going to be doing obviously a Friday the 13th stream. I'm just trying to do something new and fresh, on the channel to kind of change it up. But how you doing? The only thing that really, I mean, F-13 Halloween was that you could take Halloween serious, but after Arden and the recent challenge, yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I feel like the remake though was a lot better than Rob Zombie's films. Honestly, the Friday the 13th remake, like I felt like it was better, you know, than the Rob Zombie films for sure. I'm okay about myself, but yeah, we don't want to. Yeah, I would love to. I would have loved it. Michael Myers was a pinhead for Jason. Yeah, I've always said that Michael Myers should have went head to head against. He should have faced, Jason. Because they both are kind of similar. Like they both are strong. They both can't die. They're both just similar. Like they're strong. They don't talk. They're silent. But obviously, they have a lot of differences too. But they're both kind of similar in a lot of ways. Like where they don't talk, they're silent. They're both strong. And I honestly think that would be a more interesting matchup than Michael Myers versus Pinhead. Honestly. See, I think Dead by Daylight has the best chance for success in terms of yeah, that game is pretty good. You got all the characters in that game. Not all the characters, but you got a lot. Especially if they do their own legal rights to use characters like Michael Myers. And I do think that they will do a Michael Myers video game. I've been saying that I think that they're gonna definitely do a Michael Myers video game because before Texas Chainsaw Massacre was even released or announced, people were speculating that it was a Halloween video game, but then it turned out to be fake and it turned out to be Texas Chainsaw Massacre instead. A Leatherface video game. Um so I do think that Good Media is gonna, make a Halloween video game after, like definitely after, this game for sure. I don't know when, probably in a few years, but I think that's going to be on their bucket list. I think that, Halloween's going to be different and, it's going to be on their, bucket list, in my opinion. Because, I mean, what other franchise is going strong, you know, other than, obviously Scream and obviously Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street hasn't been around in a while, you know? We haven't had that film in a long time, like since 2010. So it's like, what other movies are really around? What other movies are going strong right now? Halloween is pretty strong, even though Halloween Ends wasn't good. So I definitely think that it's very possible that that Gun Media could make a Halloween video game next. And I've been kind of saying that, like, and yeah, Dead by Daylight movie. Yeah, for sure they do. They do. Um, they definitely do. That would be pretty interesting. Okay, 1 minute here. I'm trying to figure out where I was. Oh, I was right here. So it's supposed to be based on a merchant. Oh, Kills is where the new trilogy started to decline, especially since our new and legacy characters made a decision. Yeah, and Kills to me wasn't a really good film. Like, okay, maybe it was better than Ends in some ways. It wasn't as bad as Ends, but Kills still was a complete disaster. Like, I don't know what they were thinking, but I think Ends, you know, I don't know if you agree with it, but I think Ends is the worst. Like, even worse than Kills. Like, I understand Blood that they could have Michael in it. All Dead by Daylight has to do. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. For sure. And the best part in the right. I think what Carpenter needs to do, as crazy as it sounds, to take the franchise to. Yeah, I really think that that's very possible. I really want him to be involved again. I really don't want to see Rob Zombie like take over again or anything, because he already did enough damage to the franchise. I don't think he needs to come back and just do more. Warner Bros. Has a good collection of pretender crossover characters from Michael Myers. Yep. Jason, possibly. Now, Jason, the reason why Jason is not in, and I don't, like I said, I don't want to get too off topic about, Michael Myers and the Halloween films, but Jason, the reason why he's not in Dead by Daylight is because, it's because of the lawsuit that was going on. And also he had his own game, so really no point of really putting him in that, in Dead by Daylight. Like, if he already basically had his own game. I think the only reason why Halloween never did a crossover is because of the story went out. But admit the same Michael is supernatural and shut that down. Yeah, I don't understand why like Jason Blum like can't make up his mind. Like he keeps on saying he's supernatural, but then keeps going back on that, like, and keeps on saying that he's not. Like, he's showing that he tells us that he is, but when you watch Halloween Ends, it doesn't seem like he is. Like, so it just seems like Jason Blum just can't make up his mind. Like, he couldn't make up his mind, like, about if Michael was supernatural or not. Like, Carpenter doesn't own the rights to Michael Myers, though. Oh, I didn't know that. I thought he did. He might not own the rights, but the person that does once Carpenter involved. So, and hey, yeah, I've been saying that I want Carpenter involved again. I want him to be involved again because I think it's long overdue. I think he was in Halloween 2018. He was involved with that, but I don't think he was involved with Kills or Ends. Like, in Halloween 2018, it's better than both, in my opinion. Like, I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I think Halloween 2018 is better than Halloween Kills and Ends by far. Like, even though I disagree, with Hawkins, how he got ran over and all that, I kind of disagreed that, with that, like how he basically came back in Kills when I thought that he died in 2018. I didn't think that he should have survived that, honestly, because he got ran over. But that's just my opinion on that. I definitely just think that he should have died, and I thought that I didn't think it made any sense to bring him back all of a sudden. That's just my opinion on that. But other people may have a different opinion. They may say, well, he didn't really get ran over. His legs got ran over or whatever. And, to me, it doesn't really, I just felt like he died personally in 2018. I don't think. Yeah, I think he passed away actually. Malik Akkad. Yeah. Let's look at these years' box office is almost bad as the COVID lockdown year. Yeah, I agree with that. All the super big blockbusters have already released and Mario. I wouldn't be against it, but considering the man would probably want an even bigger check for return to franchise rather. Yeah, that's all I want. I want him to be involved again. I don't want to see like let's say like Rob Zombie or something like that because I know that Rob Zombie more than likely is not going to make another movie. Um, Even though he did have plans to, he did have plans to, but he, decided not to, and I'm kind of glad because I didn't really want him. I felt like he did enough damage. I felt like he did enough damage, to the franchise as it is, you know, and I felt like that. I just felt that you know, he ruined the franchise, in my opinion. You know, so I just don't want him back. I want John Carpenter involved again. Jamie Lee Curtis went Home Alone in 2018. Yep. Yeah. I'm thinking of his father. Yes. Yeah. I'm thinking of his father. But yeah, Halloween 2018 is a really good film. Like, I really do think that it's a really great film. Like, I think it's way better, you know. Okay, maybe it's not perfect, maybe it's not perfect, but no films are going to be perfect. You know what I mean? Like, every film is going to have like a lot of mistakes. So I think Halloween Ends was definitely, or Halloween 2018 was definitely a great film. You know, John Carpenter doesn't make much talk about for is that that's very interesting. You know, but I definitely think that he should come back. Honestly, and I don't like I was saying. I don't want Rob Zombie involved again or anything like that. I don't want the Weinsteins involved again because I heard that the Weinsteins were basically involved with the Rob Zombie films as well, and a lot of people are saying that maybe that's why it was bad because the Weinsteins might have had a different like take on it. Maybe they didn't want what Rob Zombie wanted. Maybe they wanted to do it their way and not his way. I've heard a lot of stories about that, but whether really, if you guys believe that or not, I don't know if you guys believe that, but I know that the Weinsteins are known to do that. Like, Jack Carpenter is a legendary actor. Oh yeah, he is. He's the best. He is the best. That's why I always hate when people always say because okay, like I could understand that people prefer the Rob Zombie films over, John Carpenter's, just because, of their graphic kills and all that. Okay, I can understand, but to go as far as saying, to say that Rob Zombie is better than John Carpenter is absolutely just absurd in my eyes. Like, I don't know if any of you have came across anybody that basically thinks that Rob Zombie is better than John Carpenter, and a lot, like, let me know if you guys have heard it, if you've seen anybody, if you met anybody if you know anybody that has basically said that before, because I actually have. I've seen a lot of people say, that Rob Zombie is better than John Carpenter just because of the graphic kills that John Carpenter, all that gore that he had in his movies, and John Carpenter didn't have any of that. Rob Zombie basically, he had a lot of gore, a lot of nudity, like too much in my opinion, and yeah, I mean the kills are pretty entertaining. I'm not gonna lie about that, but people out there saying that Rob Zombie is better than John Carpenter is just absolutely just ridiculous. I understand, you can enjoy the movies, you can enjoy Rob Zombie's films, but to go as far as to go that far and go on to say that he's better than John Carpenter. Without John Carpenter, I don't even think, Rob Zombie would have even made the films. Like, that's just my opinion. I don't think there's many directors that made more than 2 million. Yeah. Rob Zombie is better at making work. Yeah, but at the same time, John Carpenter perfected, he made Halloween. And yeah, he made Halloween. So basically, Rob Zombie was a fan of the Halloween films, right? Because John Carpenter made the Halloween films. And Rob Zombie just wanted to remake the films. That's all. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion on that. Like, okay, yeah. People can have their preferred and have their own opinions about movies and all that. And I always say that, I'm not going to judge anybody, for their opinions or anything like that, because at the end of the day, people are not going to like the same stuff that you like, or people are going to like something that you may not like, And I understand that, but to go as far as and say, oh, just because Rob Zombie added more graphic kills than John Carpenter, that makes him better? I mean, come on now. Like, I don't understand that. Like, John Carpenter wasn't, about that. Like, he wasn't about all that gore or anything. I will say his first movie was good in 2007, but he is not better than John Carpenter. Not like doesn't say anything. Yeah, I mean, there's people that I know that have said that. There's people out there that I know. I came across, people, not somebody that I know. Like, I don't know these people, but I like watch videos of these, Rob Zombie fans and all that, and go on to say, oh, well, the graphic kills, is the reason why he's better and all that. Like, no. Just because John Carpenter didn't have that doesn't make Rob Zombie better just because he added more gore in his movies. You know what I mean? John Carpenter wasn't about that, like I said. And I understand that people have their own opinions and that, people prefer different different stuff than others. But to say that, this is absolutely just ridiculous, in my opinion. Like, that's just going too far. I like both went down. Oh, how's it going, Brian? Yeah, yeah. I mean, Rob Zombie, I'm not going to even lie, okay? I'm not even going to lie to y'all right now. Like, I'm just going to, I'm going to be very honest with you guys, okay? The kills to me were very entertaining, okay? They were. It was just the way that he portrayed Dr. Loomis. You know, I didn't like the way he portrayed Dr. Loomis and also Lori. You know, and the fact that they basically copied the same scenes, like I said, from 1978, which I always have. You know, I always have a problem with that when they copy scenes, because obviously there was a scene where when obviously Michael Myers is basically wearing that ghost outfit or whatever, that blanket or whatever, in the first Halloween film. Well, Rob Zombie goes on to just remake that scene, remakes, another scene from 1978 that I have a problem with. Like, and then people want to sit there and say it's better. Okay, I understand that people have their own opinion. People like Brad Dourif's version of Sheriff Brackett than they did the original, which that's very fair. I can understand because he was a great character in Rob Zombie's films, but he was the only one. Him and Daniel Harris were the only ones that really carried the film, both films. And it's definitely, and I'm just being honest with you guys. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. Like I do like the kills. The kills are very entertaining. The look of Michael Myers is pretty badass. Sorry for my language, but he does look pretty cool. But in the second movie, he looks ugly as hell. Like, I don't know what the hell they did in the second movie, but the first movie, I will say, was better. Sorry for getting a little bit little rant, but I just want to get that off my chest, and it's about what you're looking for when you go to horror. Yeah, I mean, yeah. If the point is to realize and when you're man living and that we're all bad compared to one you living. Yeah, sure. Like, yeah, I understand that people, like I said, people prefer different stuff. And I respect that, okay? Like, I'm not going to judge anybody because everybody's got their own opinions about stuff, but to go that far and say that, like, you just can't say that, all right? You can't say that Rob Zombie is better than the person that made Halloween. Like, John Carpenter's vision is outdated from a time where and yeah, and I understand, a lot of people prefer different shit, and sorry for my language again, but now we got a mass shooting every other week across the world. Yep. But the same argument of Rob Zombie could be used as radio silence. Yeah, but the thing is that Radio Silence and them didn't remake. It's not like they copied the same scenes. Like I was saying, like Rob Zombie did in the first film, where he had similar scenes to the 1978 film, which, okay, if you're gonna do that, okay, like, what's the point of even watching it? When I could just go watch the original and I could just I have a copy of it. Like, I don't need another version of it. It was a great film. It didn't really need to be remade. Those scenes, the good scenes in that movie, didn't need to be remade. Oh, how's it going, Craven? We're just talking about Halloween. This is a Halloween stream. Talking nothing about Halloween in this live stream tonight. Tomorrow I'm actually gonna be doing a Friday the 13th one, just to try to change it up. Do something different. But yeah, we're just talking Halloween tonight. Thank you for popping in. All we're trying to do is try to recreate. Yeah, but the thing is, did they try to copy though? Did they copy? Okay, maybe it was similar, but they didn't like copy. 1996 screen. But like I said, I don't want to get too far off topic of Halloween. Hey, Craig, how's it going? Yeah. Hanging in there, my last 10 years of sitting in franchise trying to recreate material from the. That's my problem with it. Like, that's my problem with certain remakes. Is that, yeah, when you do a remake and you just remake the same, you rehash the same thing, but just do it with different characters, that becomes a problem to me. Like, because you've already seen that story. You don't need another version of it. Like, yeah, I hope so. I hope you're doing better, Craven. Still, sending prayers, your way, for healing. Johnny Cash did hurt better than anything else. Oh. When someone creates something, it's a blueprint to make it better than most. Yeah, and like I said, everything's about remaking now, and I don't like that. Okay, yeah, you can argue that Screen 5 is kind of similar to Screen 9, 10, 6. But did it totally copy it? No. It's not like they copied the actual, like the exact scenes. Like, though I don't like that movie. You don't need blood and gore to make a good movie. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, like the blood and gore is cool, but that doesn't make him better than John Carpenter. Like I said, it's just crazy when people say that. Like hardcore Rob Zombie fans say that. Like, there's two things I didn't like about Rob Zombie's Halloween is the way they portrayed Dr. Loomis. And the White Heart is like, what would you think? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't like, they made Dr. Loomis look like a total dickhead. Sorry for my language, but they made him look like an asshole, like in that movie. And then that whole white horse shit. Sorry for cussing again. But all that is just absolutely just ridiculous. I don't understand what they were thinking. I don't know what happened. I have no idea what happened. That made absolutely no sense at all. Like, Ghostface Fanatic digging the eyeliner. Thank you. Yeah, I actually bought these at the at some gas station, pretty cheap. But yeah, I thought I would, wear them tonight. Yeah, thank you. Like I said, I just like to, look sharp. The white horse was definitely weird. Yeah, it was. Like, basically, she's just gonna have a hallucination about a white horse. I mean, come on, that's not Lori. Lori's not gonna have an hallucination about a white horse. Like, let's just be real. Nothing limits is more accurate. Or the 2Ks. I don't know what you mean by that. That's the problem with modernizing things. We forget the time period they were made for. Yeah. Like I said, that's the only problem that I have. The way they portrayed Dr. Loomis, the way they portrayed Lori, especially. Like, other than that, like I said, Daniel Harris, Brad Dourif were the only ones that really carried both films. You know. And yeah, I like, if I don't like that kind of, hey, I don't like that kind of art. Like I said, I don't like that kind of stuff. Okay, yeah, I like the kills and all that. And if it was better, if he treated Dr. Loomis better and Lori better, I would have appreciated it more. But the guy who played Dr. Loomis is absolutely just annoying. At the core of it. My favorite Halloween movie is 2 and 4 and 6. Yeah, Halloween 4 is my most. I think Halloween 4 is like my second favorite, behind Halloween 1978. I find Halloween 4 just to be the most underrated Halloween film probably in the franchise, because just the look of Michael Myers in that movie just looks so cool. I like that look. It looks really sharp. And I just think that film's really, I think it's underrated. Like, at this point, franchises are in time mode where legacy characters are tired from match and waiting for next character to extend their hand to pass the torch. Yeah, exactly. That's basically what they try to do. They try to kill the old, to move on, to prop up all their new characters. That's what I feel like, you know, like he just said. That's the way I feel personally, but could be wrong. I don't think anyone says Rob Zombie is flat out better, but there are aspects of his directing style that are better than Carpenter's. Which horror with horror, and it just comes down to what atmosphere you prefer. Yeah, and that's what I said. Everybody prefers different atmospheres, different takes. Like people, like I said, like the Brad Dourif version of Shared Bracket than they did, the original. You know, they like Rob Zombie's version of Shared Bracket than they did the original. John Carpenter's version. So I mean, I understand. Yeah, people had their own preferences. And I respect that. Halloween was always the I think partial style of horror. but now it kind of lost its identity in modernizing of the franchise. You felt like Michael Myers kills are more ardent than, say, Jason. Yeah, I think Jason overall, like I said, I don't want to like get too much off topic, but um, Jason, without a doubt, is probably the most like brutal like killer. You know, that's all I gotta say. Probably the most entertaining killer. But Michael is still a good. He's still pretty entertaining, but he's still. I don't think he's as brutal as Jason is. But like I said, tomorrow's stream, we'll talk about Friday the 13th. You know, as well. Like we'll just talk about the franchise. Like I said, like we're doing with Halloween tonight. I think I'm just gonna do more of this. You know, like try to do something new on the channel. Like do since I'm talking about Halloween on this live stream. Tomorrow I'm gonna talk about Friday the 13th. Um, and then maybe Child's Play. Maybe after that, maybe because I don't really talk about Child's Play that much. And I don't know if you guys would be open to that, like maybe after the Friday the 13th live stream. Um, I don't know if you guys would be open for like a Child's Play like live stream or something. Maybe like there's something new and fresh, you know, because I don't like I love Scream and all. Scream, so passionate about it, but I do have to do something new, like you know, at times. You can't really differentiate one franchise from the other now. Nope. Michael McDowell did Dr. Loomis. Oh yeah, I didn't like him. Like the way he portrayed Dr. Loomis is absolutely just he was annoying to me, in my opinion, you know? I just think that he was the most boring, the most boring Dr. Loomis. Okay? He's no Donald Pleasance. Believe me. He's not. He's not no Donald Pleasance, in my opinion. Donald Pleasance is Dr. Loomis. You know? He played that character so well, like, and he's a legend. To RIP Donald Pleasance, you know? RIP, man, you know? Miss him very much. I can't imagine him being alive still, like all the stories, like I said, that he would be able to tell, you know, about the Halloween films and all that, like today. I just couldn't imagine that would, all the stories that he would tell would, man, it's just unfortunate. But yeah, I just didn't like Malcolm McDowell. He was a good actor for the role, right? And I just wasn't on point. Yeah. Exactly. He's no Donald Pleasance, exactly. Like, yeah, but that isn't reality. For instance, that is a predator outcome. Yeah, I feel like if we favor legacy characters too much, these modernized versions will never stand a chance of anyone but modern audience who weren't around during the originals. Yeah, like me, I wasn't really around. I wasn't around at all. I wasn't around when 1978 obviously came out, obviously, and because I was born in the 90s, so I wasn't even around in the 80s or nothing. This is awesome. Goes, I'm loving it. Yeah, I just want to do something new and fresh. Like yeah, I do love Scream, and we will get back to that, of course. I'm not gonna quit talking about Scream. I'm always gonna talk about Scream. I just want to do, try to do something different. Try to change it up. Do not, do something new and fresh. For a little bit. Like I said, tomorrow the Friday the 13th stream. I just came up with that idea. I was like, well, how about we just do a Halloween stream where we just talk about Halloween, and then tomorrow we could talk about Friday the 13th, and then possibly after that we could talk about, let's say, like Child's Play or something, like, you know, or a Texas Chainsaw. I mean, whatever. There's something new and fresh. H2O rules. Yes, it does. The most underrated. But I will say that now I know you guys. I don't know if you guys know this, but Resurrection is one of my favorite Halloween films. Okay. I feel that it's underrated just because I don't know why. I just happen to enjoy it a lot. I just like the style, I like the setting, like I said. It's something new and fresh. So I don't know why I like it so much. It's just I just do. I just find it to be underrated. Like when you take a step back and just realize the cause and effect of Hollywood as their man. That's the blinded and safe from repeating history. Yep. Exactly. There's no yeah, there's just no creativeness now in Hollywood. That's why I always tell people, all these young up and coming, filmmakers, like I always tell them, you got to show Hollywood basically how it's done. You got to show them how it's done because they don't know how to make films, clearly these days. And these young filmmakers just need to show them, making fan films and doing their own creative stuff. Malcolm McDowell is annoying in a lot of movies, so I can understand where you're going. Yeah, like I just think he's just annoying when he plays the role of Donald Pleasance, or when he plays the role of Dr. Loomis. Like, I just find him to be annoying. Yeah, he was annoying in that Silent Hill movie. Yeah, he's just an annoying person, isn't he? Who are your top 5 Halloween characters? Okay, so obviously number 1 is Laurie. She's always number 1. Number 2, Dr. Loomis. Number 3, Sheriff Brackett. Number 4, I would say Jamie. No, I'm gonna restart. So my first favorite is obviously Laurie. My second favorite is probably gonna be Dr. Loomis. Obviously, my third favorite would be Jamie Lloyd. Then my fourth will probably be Sheriff Brackett, and then my fifth would probably have to be. Man, that is tough. Um, hmm. No, that is really tough. That is really tough because I don't remember, like, there was this one girl that I remember. I'm gonna have to look real quick. I just don't remember her name. Just the one lady's name in the movie. From Halloween 2, I believe. Um, oh, okay. So I got it. So number one, Laurie Strode. Number two, Donna Pleasance. Number three, Jamie Lloyd. Number four, Sheriff Brackett. And the number five, Tommy Doyle. There you go. Top five right there. My top five favorites. Oh, yeah. Laurie's just always going to be number one to me, you know? My mind goes to Halloween night just every day at a drive when it first came out. Oh, wow. Yeah. There's a lot of people pretty sure that, probably frightened after watching it. I shot him 6 times. I'm telling you, he's not human. You let him out alone. I know. Can they make a new Halloween movie without Lauren Lewis and Michael? No. They can't make a Halloween movie without Michael because what's the point again? Like, what's the point of having a Halloween film but not having Michael in it? Okay, yeah, Loomis. I think they need to leave the Dr. Loomis thing alone, you know? But as far as like Michael, making a Halloween film without Michael, no. No. Lori, probably, because I think Halloween Ends was her last film, I think. So, yeah, no, you can't have a Halloween film without Michael. You can't make another version of Halloween 3. Like, oh yeah, Rachel too. Yeah. I didn't think about that, but I think Tommy Doyle's like the like like he was in the first he was in the 1978, so that's why he's kind of ahead of her in some ways. It's because he's in the original, and obviously the original is always going to be, the best. Or would it just be better to start a new franchise? Well, like I said, it wouldn't make sense not to have Michael in it. Like, because why make a Halloween film and not have Michael in it? Like, I like a little kid age too old when there's there. Oh yeah, yeah. I just think Tommy Doyle is just like one of my like he's my favorite. Because he was in 1978 and he was in also Halloween Kills. It was sad that he had to die, but I don't get how Michael gets into the closet without anyone seeing how she's tucked in. to the bed, all that. Yeah, I mean, movies sometimes they're gonna be, you know, movies ain't always gonna be perfect. There's always gonna be certain moments that people are gonna look at and say, "Hey, that doesn't make sense." That's gonna happen with any movie. I also don't like how they cut away from all the killers in that house. Oh yeah, they kind of did. Yeah, they did. They only showed like one kill, I believe. Um, but yeah, it was the first. Like I said, it was the first movie. And maybe that's why they didn't. Maybe because it was the first. They just wanted to have less of that and just start. Have like a starting point. Just they didn't want to show. I don't think too much to like the Halloween 4 and all that. Thinking of Halloween 2018 kills ends hurts me since they had so much potential, but obviously dropped the ball in many places. Yeah, I think Halloween 2018 is better than both. Like, I think Halloween 2018, I think it was good. I think it was a good film. It was definitely underrated. Like, it's definitely it's definitely better, in my opinion, than Kills and Ends. Like, so if they can't make a movie that Michael do, you reset the timeline so he's in 28 again. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's really the only way to go. I mean, you can't like I don't really like I was saying like I don't want them to start like let's say like leave off and like do a follow up of ends again. I'd much rather them like start a whole new timeline, and do like like you said like reset the timeline so he's in his 20s again. Like, because if they do a sequel to Halloween 4, well, obviously he's going to be young, right? I mean, so yeah, I mean, they basically have to reset, the timeline and all that in his age. I want to see Jamie Lloyd versus Michael. Someone please make it happen, dude. I want that to happen so bad too. Like, I wanted that to happen in Halloween Ends. Honestly, I wanted that to happen in Kills, but we just didn't get it. And it's just really unfortunate that we didn't get it. But I think that there's always a possibility. In the future. Like I said, this next film. I think that could be a possibility. That we see that like again. Especially if they do, like I said, a sequel to Halloween 4. You know, you'd be crazy if you didn't add Jamie Lloyd into the story if you did a sequel to Halloween 4. Have a new Michael Myers. Yeah. Maybe like to start over again. That's what I was basically saying. Maybe he's not old no more. Maybe just start over again. You know, make him to where make it to where he's in his 20s again or his 30s. Like young again. Just start over. Start new and fresh. You know. I would like to see like other versions of Michael though. Like maybe kind of like how we see different versions of Jason and all that. That would be kind of like I don't know. It kind of be a little weird because I guess Jason's more of a zombie and Michael Myers is basically just he's a real human, but he's basically like cursed and can't die. So it's like I don't know if it would work with Michael Myers. They could do a little like make him a little different, like have different versions. Like, well, Lonnie died. Tina kills. Oh yeah, yeah, she did. That kid was hilarious in 2018. How? Oh yeah, he was. He was. Yeah, that was hilarious. That little kid. You know, I'm glad that Michael didn't. Kill him or anything. You know, that's all I'm happy about. Like, you can't have his curse go in somebody else's. Yeah. Okay. Now that's kind of now when you say that, it kind of seems like how like let's say like Jason Goes to Hell and all that. Okay, where he's basically possessing people. I don't want to see that with Michael, honestly. Um, I'm just talking about like different appearances, like different versions of the mask. Like how there's different versions of Jason's look. Like there's a space version. There's a just different versions of him. Like where he looks different and different. He looks different. In every film, like Halloween 2 or Friday the 13th Part 2. He obviously had the sack head. He had like he was sackhead Jason or whatever. But then part 3, he had he found the hockey mask. But then he started changing, like they started changing like his looks and all that, like in every film. Well, I don't know if that could be possible with Michael Myers or not, but yeah, I don't really want to see him cursed. Like I don't want to see him like I don't want to see his curse go into any like in somebody else. That would be like too. It'd be like too like Jason Goes to Hellish, to me. Because it's very similar to that, and I don't really want to see it. I don't remember Michael Myers ever killing a little kid. He killed teenagers and adults. He killed a little kid in Halloween 2018 in that truck. You remember? That was the only little kid that he killed. But other than that, yeah, he didn't kill. He didn't kill any little kids other than that one in 2018. Um, yeah, I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, he like strangled that little kid. Um, who basically the truck scene in the bus when the bus was all like crashed and all that. When they said basically Michael basically escaped. That's the scene I'm talking about with the little kid. Um, I don't know if you remember, but yeah, Michael did kill a little kid. Just one though. Something that he never really does. That he never did. Like he always usually kills like adults or teenagers. But yeah, man, it's gonna be very, very, I remember the bus scene. I will have to watch it again. Yeah, yeah. It was like okay. So this little kid was like riding with his dad, I believe, and his dad, I think, was like a cop. I believe, like his dad was like a cop, and he went to go investigate the bus, but then his dad obviously got killed by Michael. But then Michael ended up killing the kid, ended up strangling him. Like I don't know if like I said, you'd have to go back and watch it because yeah, I remember that's the only time that Michael's ever killed um, a little kid. Like, do you think it was Michael that got shredded at the end? Yeah, it was. Michael got killed in the at the end for sure. Yeah, I definitely think so. But the thing is, okay, and that's why people don't feel that he should come back because he got shredded. But at the same time, it's different. It's different. There's a big difference because if they decide to go start over again, like a whole new timeline, just say, start fresh again, start, fresh and make him young like he used to be, like start over, it's really not going to be, as long as they don't do a follow to ends, then that wouldn't make sense to bring him back because he got shredded. But since that they may go a different time, if they do a follow up to ends, dude, I'm sorry. That's just a big mistake. You can't do that, like, because Michael, there's no way that he could survive getting shredded. He got shredded, like you said. So, but the difference is that if they decide to go a different, like I said, do a new timeline where they basically start over again, might make him young again, like just start over. I mean, I don't really see that being a problem because you're basically just starting over and you're not doing, a follow up, to ends. So it wouldn't be like unrealistic or anything like that. Like you're basically just starting over. He was a hunter and the kid was a dancer. Yes. That's right. He was a hunter. But he went to go because they saw the bus. They saw the bus sitting there and Michael had broken out or whatever. And that's what happened. That was the doctor helping Michael Myers, right? Yes. Yep. The doctor was helping Michael Myers. Yep. He was actually in the bus. I don't know if you remember that, but he was in the bus, but then the kid, remember, he gets out of the truck or whatever and he goes to look for his dad, obviously. His dad obviously is missing. Possibly got killed by Michael. Um, and he goes into, the bus and he shoots the doctor on accident or whatever because he thinks it's, Mike or whatever. But yeah, like I think that's the only time that Michael's ever killed a little kid because I've never seen him. I mean, okay, like 1978, he chased obviously Tommy Doyle and the little girl. I forgot the other little girl. I forget her name, but he didn't like kill him. So that was like the first time he killed like a little kid, like. Corey woke up and super glued Michael back together. Yeah, I didn't like Corey. Corey was boring. Yep. Halloween 4 to me is the most it's the most unappreciated or the most yeah, it's the most unappreciated film. Like a lot of people didn't really like The Mask, but I think The Mask is actually that mask is actually my favorite. I think that Michael Myers in that film is like my favorite. Like just the look of him. Like I don't know why I like his look so much in that movie, but it's definitely the most like underrated like look of him, like for sure. And yes, Rachel and Jamie Lloyd obviously were great. Bunch of inmates were roaming freely and they saw a trooper half alive on the side of the road, begging them to run. Yes, yes. So a bunch of inmates were roaming. Yes, that's what happened. So there was a bunch of inmates, but I think Michael was, yeah, he was one of the inmates. So, yeah, that's right. Thank you for reminding me, Blanca. Yeah, because I kept thinking, yeah, it had something to do because I knew there was a bus. I remember there was a bus in that scene. They need to make a movie of following following Joe Grizzly. I don't know about that, but H2O Michael kills two kids in high school. Really? I don't remember that. Well, yeah, but that's basically. I think those were like teenagers. Those weren't like we're talking about like young kids, like 10-year-olds, 9-year-olds. Like we're not talking about like high school kids or anything, because those are like teenagers. We're just basically talking about that he didn't kill anybody like say like 9 years old or 10 years old or like Jamie Lloyd's age in like Halloween 4. Like pretty sure that the little kid wasn't too young, too much younger. He was in a attendant. Yeah, but he was probably I would say he was probably under like he was probably like 12. I don't know. Maybe he was a teenager, but who really knows? I think Nick enjoyed P playing the best Michael. Yes. Yep. I like them both for sure. Now, I got a question for you all. Like, and hear me if I'm wrong. Okay. Okay. A lot of people will probably say that he's probably too old to do it. But what do you guys think about like Kane Hodder possibly playing Michael Myers in the future? Because if you guys don't know, he's been saying that he wants to play the Michael Myers. Because he's played basically every other. He's played Leatherface. He's played Jason multiple times. Um, but he wants to play. He's never got to play Michael Myers, and he said that's the one that's like his dream job. He wants to play Michael Myers. Um, So do you guys see that working at all? Do you guys, because I feel like that a lot of people may say he's too old, but I don't think that he's too old, honestly. I think that he can still go play Jason. He could come back, he could return to, maybe like a fan film or another Friday the 13th movie, um, or the TV series, even. I mean, but a lot of people say he's too old, but I don't think he's too old, honestly. I think the intensity that he brings to Jason, he could bring to Michael Myers. Like, I don't think that he's too old. I just don't think he's too old because I think he would be willing to play Jason, you know, anytime they ask. Like, I'm pretty sure that he would. The kid was a teen in 2018. Oh, okay. That's very interesting. Yeah, he might have been like 14, 13. So I guess really he's not really a little kid. So I guess really Michael he's never killed a little kid. Like, that's basically like a teenager. But the thing that threw people off is that they had a different mask on the cover of Halloween 4 and 5. And Michael Myers didn't have the mask from the covers. I didn't have the mask he was wearing. Yeah, I didn't really care for that mask. Like are you talking about like the mummy face mask or whatever? Like I didn't really like that either. Like, I don't know if you're talking about that, but yeah, I didn't care for that. He was like 15 or 16. Yeah, you're probably right. Michael Myers apparently killed the 6-year-old in H2O. Well, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. So maybe he did. I really don't know at this point. I've never seen it like in any other Halloween movie, like on screen or anything. Like, maybe he did like secretly. Back in 2018, didn't give Michael Myers a chance to kill him. I know. It's sure the youngest average victims, I think. Yeah. Yes. He says yes. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. I love that Ghostface when Kane Hodder's like horror legend. Oh yeah. He's played every horror villain. Well, not every horror villain, but he's played a lot. You know? He's played Victor Crowley. He's played Jason multiple times. I think he played Jason first, but he played also Leatherface. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he also played Leatherface before. So it would be, I think it would be pretty cool because he even said, that's like his dream job that he wants to, play Michael Myers because he's never got the opportunity to play him. That's the only character that he never got to play. Like, so he said that he's, down to do that. Like, people may say he's too big and all that. I disagree with that because Michael Myers is big anyways, He's always been pretty big. Kane is still in good shape. Oh yeah. He still like lifts and all that. And he's still in good shape for like his age. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that he's too old. Honestly, I don't. He's still in great shape. Like, and I think he's like in his 60s or his 50s. Like, I mean, he's still in great shape. No, I think Kane Hodder is actually 6'3", 6'4", and he's not really all that. Like, I'm gonna have to look at up his height real quick, but I'm pretty sure he's around. Let me see. So Kane Hodder is actually age 68, 68 years old. But to me, he's still in good shape for being a 68-year-old, like, and he's almost 70. Like, that's crazy. But he's still in shape. He's still in shape. Like, um, let me see his height real quick. I'm pretty sure he's 6'4". Okay, so he's actually 6'2". So that's about right. So 6'2", 6'1", around there. He's not as tall, but I mean he's played Jason, you know, many times. So I just really think I just really think that he could play a good Michael Myers, you know. Shrinking with age, yeah. He is kind of shrinking, but he is still in shape, you know. He still got that. He still got that, you know, that. Like I said, he's still in shape, even though, yeah, his muscles obviously, when you get older, they shrink. Um, but he's still. I'm telling you, man, he's still in great shape for his age. I think he should play Michael Myers. If people think Kane Hodder is too big, and they didn't see Tyler Mane play Michael Myers in real life, exactly. Rob Zombie, Tyler Mane was what, like 6'9", 6'10", or something like that, like around there. Like, so people, if people really have a problem with Kane Hodder being too big, like how come they didn't have a problem with Tyler Mane then? You know, if Tyler Mane was 6'9", but yet they're trying to say that Kane Hodder is too big to play Michael. Like I don't get that. Like, I think I read that he was around 6'10", I believe. Tyler Mane is he's pretty tall for. That's why I always say, like, I always think, like, I think he's probably the most brutal Michael Myers. Like, just his height, you know, he's probably the tallest Michael Myers in the franchise, like by far. But let's see, Tyler Mane, Tyler Mane height. So it says that Tyler Mane is 6'9". So yeah, that's what I said. I said around 6'9". You know, 5 foot or 6'10", around there. So yeah, he's 6'9". That's what this says, anyways. So yeah, he's a pretty tall guy. You know, I think he was the most. He's the tallest Michael Myers, like I said, because I don't really know how tall. How tall is Nick Castle? Nick Castle's only 5'11". So that's really a massive guy. Like compared to Nick Castle, Rob Zombie's Michael Myers, his version of Michael Myers, that is tall. 6'9". Like that's tall. Like that's what I'm saying. That's the biggest, probably the biggest Michael Myers in the franchise. George P. Yeah, I think George P is around 6'5", isn't he? Like, um, so George P. Wilbur. Oh, he sadly passed. I didn't know he passed. That's sad, man. And rest in peace. I didn't know that he passed. Um, that's pretty sad. I didn't realize that. Um, but this says that he is. It says that he's 6'2". That's not really all that tall, but so yeah, it says 6'2". So that's not really like Tyler Maine. Tyler Maine is big. He's like I said, he's the most like holy moly, like 6'9". That's massive. Like Hunter is 6'2" during his peak, but he is definitely around 5'9" right now. Yeah, probably or 6 foot. But yeah, Tyler Maine is without a doubt the tallest and the biggest, like Michael Myers, the biggest, like the tallest, like stunt man, like to play Michael Myers. I think. What happened? That's what happens with age. Yeah, you just shrink and all that. Like, yeah, yep. RIP to a legend, man. He really did a good job, playing Michael Myers. Now, James Jude Courtney is pretty tall, I believe, too, right? I mean, I'm gonna let's see. James Jude Courtney is around. Let's see here. What's his height? I'm just looking for James Jude Courtney's height because I'm pretty sure he was pretty tall. He's 6'3". I mean, that's still pretty tall, but that's not like so 6'3". Tommy Doyle and the Curse of Michael Myers was weird. To no offense to Paul Rudd, but why would you laugh at Michael Myers coming at you? I know, like that doesn't. I know that's kind of weird. Uh, I never really understood that, but that's kind of Kind of a weird scene there. Was there another guy to play Michael? Let's see. Who played? Who played Michael Myers in The Curse? Oh, George P. played. He played Michael Myers in The Curse. R.I.P. You know, to a legend. You know, he did a great job. But yeah, he's the one that played him in The Curse. So yeah, the man behind that mask for this film is George P. Wilbur, and you got to hand it to him for stepping into this role. Michael was doing the most in this entry, after all. George Wilbur also played the role in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. So yep, he played in The Curse of Michael Myers. He did the stunt work and all that. He also played Jason. I know this is Halloween stream, Jersey. Yeah. Yeah, he also played Jason. Oh, really? I didn't know that. It's all right. Like I said, like tomorrow we'll do more. We'll talk more about like Jason and all that. You know, we'll talk more about the Friday the 13th franchise because that's what the stream tomorrow is going to be about. We're just gonna, talk about Friday the 13th and basically just talking about the franchise, like our favorite or least favorite. One. Kind of like with Halloween. So I asked a question on to you guys, like how would you guys rank like the Halloween films, like your favorites to least favorite? Like what's to say? What's to say? Like you just pick one, two, um, like what? How would you rank them? Like because obviously I think Halloween 1978 is my number one. Number two is probably um Halloween 4. The number three is Halloween 2. Number 4 is Halloween 5, probably. Number 5 is Halloween 6. Number 6 is probably H2O. Um, then Resurrection. And then the Rob Zombie films. And then obviously 2018. Actually, I'll put 2018 ahead of Rob Zombie's films because I think it's a better film. Uh, and obviously, Kills is obviously in front of Ends, and Ends is like my dead. Well, actually, Halloween 3 is my dead last, but Ends is just before Halloween 3. But he said I like 2, 4, and 6. Yeah, I do too. I think part 4 is like my second favorite. I love to stay on top usually, but wanted to share the info. Oh yeah, it's fine, man. Yeah, no, it's totally fine. You know, like so tomorrow though we'll be discussing. We'll be like discussing, more of that. We'll be discussing, Friday the 13th and Jason and all that. Um, it'll be pretty fun. We're gonna have a good time for sure. Like we're having a good time right now. We're just should do a Halloween tier of all movies. The thing is, dude, like I don't really know how like to do all that kind of stuff yet. Like I'm still kind of like learning. Like I don't know how to like do all that like yet. Like I don't know how to like put it like on screen like for us to do that. Like so like I'm still kind of, learning, about all that. So but maybe like in the future. I'm still, I'm still learning, quite a bit. My favorite Halloween is definitely 1978. My least favorite and the most underrated movie should have been called Season Witch. Oh, you're saying that Halloween 3 is underrated because I don't think like that. And by the way, how's it going, Wayne? How you doing, man? I forgot to say hello to you. I just read your comment and just didn't really think. But um, how are you doing today, man? And I'm glad that you enjoyed Halloween 3. You know, I'm glad you enjoyed that film. There's some website to do too. Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know how to like put it on the screen like so all you guys can see it too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to do all that yet. Like, I don't know what else I would need like for you know um. So like I said, I'm still learning a lot about YouTube, about like certain stuff, like about how to like put stuff on like your streams and all that, like stuff like that. I'm still kind of learning all that right now, and I don't really know how to like do that kind of stuff yet. Like I would have to ask, like I said, um I'd have to ask like Craven for advice and all that, because like I said, I'm still kind of learning about a lot of stuff. I'm okay. Ankle still bad. Oh, I hope you heal. Sorry about that, man. Wayne, I agree. Should have been called season of legend on film. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Like, if it was a Halloween, like I was saying, if it was a Halloween film, or if it was just a standalone film, like you said, I wouldn't have had a problem with it. But the problem is that they named it Halloween, and that kind of what took it away from me. Took it away. Like that's what like that's what I hate about it. Like because it's named Halloween and it's not really a Halloween film. If they would have just made it a standalone film, just calling it Season of the Witch, I wouldn't have had a problem with it at all. Like probably, but although I probably wouldn't have been the biggest fan of it anyways. You know, because Michael wasn't in it at all, and people are paying their money to see the character, in the movie. Nobody's paying to see, these human beings be, getting possessed by him and all that. Like people are not paying to see that. People are paying their money to see the character, do the killings, not these human beings that supposedly are possessed by him. Like no, it's not the character. It doesn't matter. That's just the way I look at it. And the one thing I will say is oh my God, that don't even get me started about that, Wayne. Dude, that Silver Shamrock commercial is so annoying. So annoying. I dislike this movie so much that I can't even watch it for like 2 minutes without shutting it off. Like that's how bad it really is to me. Like I could be like 2 minutes in and then like turn it off, be like skip over it. Like if I'm doing a Halloween marathon or something, I just want to like skip over the movie. Like I just want to skip over it. Like it's just boring. When you watch the first half, like the beginning and all that, you're just like, oh my God, this movie just sucks already. And it's just boring. I just shut it off, and just skip over it because I just can't stand that movie. Like, of course, people are probably gonna judge me because I have it in DVD. You may ask, like, why? How come you have it in DVD then? Well, I have it in DVD because I want to collect all the movies. I want to collect all the Halloween movies, and your collection is not complete, without that movie because it's a part of the franchise, right? So, I mean, that's the real reason why I have it. I totally understand why people hate Halloween think don't Michael Myers extremely fair point. Yeah, I mean, it's just like I said, people are paying their money to see the character. Nobody's paying to see human beings do the killings. People want to see Michael. People want to see the character, do do the killings, not these wannabe Michael Myers. It's people that are trying to be Michael Myers. Like, no, like people want to see the actual character do the killings. That's why you call it Halloween. You know. So that's the way I look at it. So that's the way I look at it. The character's not in it. Why does it matter? The character's not doing the killings. Why does it matter? What's the point? You know? That's just the way I look at it. I think Michael was very brutal in Halloween 6. Oh yeah, he was. He was for sure. Halloween 6 is a pretty good film. I'm not even gonna lie. You know? Yeah, Silver Shamrock. That commercial, like I said, got on my nerves. So annoying, in my opinion, because that's all you hear in the whole film is that Silver Shamrock song, that commercial. Like, I'm just like, come on, that's all you hear in the whole movie is that song and that commercial. Like, so annoying, dude. Like, I just can't stand that. Like I said, I can't even get through 2 minutes in the movie without shutting it off. I know, and I've heard about it. I don't know. I just think it's, I don't know. Okay, when evil lives tonight, because evil didn't die in kills. Nope. Didn't die in ends. Well, died in ends, but yeah, you're right. Didn't die in kills. I I have every Halloween movie on DVD. Well, it's 75 the set. That includes both movies and three records. Yeah, and I have those movies too. And people may ask, well, how come you, if you hate them so much, how come, like I said, I may not like those movies, but like I said, I like to collect all the movies, you know? I always tell, like, because a lot of people ask me that, like, well, if you hate it so much, well, how come you have it? Well, again, I want to collect. And if you don't have all the movies, you can't collect all the you can't collect the, your collection's not complete because they're a part of the franchise. Like, so you have to, so like Halloween Ends, even though I don't like that movie, I'm gonna get that movie in DVD because I I collect, I want all the films. I don't want to just I don't want just two of them, just two. I just want all of them. I want to collect them all. Like, I don't want the, even though I hate it, but once again, their collection is not complete. So same with Scream 6. I got that in DVD. I Scream 5. I don't mean to get off topic here, but even though I don't like Scream 5, I still got it in DVD because, I collect Scream films. I got all the Scream films and I want to collect them. So that's what I always tell people. Slogans die tonight. Maybe that's what I should have named the stream. Maybe I should have named it Slogans Die Tonight. The commercial is brainwashing technique in the movie. Oh. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's like a brainwashing. If evil died in kills, it would have made more sense for Ends. Yeah, exactly. But Ends, like I said, even if Ends is a bad movie, of course I'm still gonna get it in DVD. Because again, your collection is not complete. But the thing that I truly hate is just Corey. The fact, that he was just thrown in the movie. Like, there was no build up. No build up at all. Like, he was just thrown into the movie. Like, that he wasn't even in kills. He just basically showed up and Ends like out of nowhere. Like, So that's basically my problem. Like, if you're gonna introduce a character, you're just gonna bring a character out of nowhere. Why couldn't you just build them up, put them in Kills or 2018 or something, and then it would have made more sense. But since you just threw them in the movie, it doesn't make any sense because you just threw them in the movie for no reason. No purpose, no reasoning at all. Like you didn't have a build up or anything. You didn't have a build up for his character. Like he wasn't in Kills or anything. So that's basically my problem. And the fact that Michael had a partner, which is weird, because Michael never has a partner. He should never have a partner. How's it going, Scott Walker? I read on the internet recently that Daniel Harris has been in talks and returning to do more Hollywood movies that David Lloyd. Yeah, I've been hearing that too. I think it's very possible. I've been saying that it's very possible that she could, because if they do a sequel to Halloween 4, well, they would be crazy not to, bring her back because she was a part of it. Some Walmarts have lesser movies on shelves. Have you noticed that? Because it's hard finding Halloween ends. And no, I haven't been to Walmart in a long time, man. Actually, so I really don't know. Is that really true? So wait, you're saying that you don't see any Halloween ends DVDs anywhere there, like because if that's the case, that's hilarious. That goes to show that's the worst movie. One of the worst, anyways. No, they're not similar at all. They're not similar at all. They're different. I think Jason. Like I said, Scott. This is a Halloween stream. We're not going to get too much off topic, like I said, but Jason is similar to Michael Myers. Okay, yeah, they have differences too. They're different. They have a lot of differences, but they have a lot of similarities as well. But Terminator, no. Terminator is just like he's not even. He's not even a horror icon. So. They tried to control a 6 movie, did not work. Yeah, I know. I wish Kara had survived the end. Thank you. So I wish Cameron had survived the yeah, but I don't. Like I said, I don't see the point of Corey. I just don't see the point of that. Just have a Halloween movie where Michael's doing his thing. Like he doesn't really. That's my problem. He had a partner the whole time, and basically, he basically is like having a tag team partner, in wrestling or something. You know what I mean? Like he just shouldn't have had a partner. He did all the killings by himself, like in all the movies. Like he said, no. Oh, so there wasn't any then. That's crazy. That goes to show that movie is absolute just garbage. And if they don't have any DVDs on the shelves in Walmart, now that tells you something there. I think with Daniel Harris' return, I think that's a continuation for Halloween 4. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like if they do a sequel to Halloween 4, then you could totally do that. Like, and you'd be crazy. You would be crazy if you didn't, because like I said, she was a part of Halloween 4. So you know how funny it is that back in the 2000 days selling screen cartoons. All right, Scott, we're not going to be. I already told you before. Okay, I already told you not to troll the chat because I don't want you to troll the chat. All right, I've been trying to tell you that like the past few times actually, and I want you to understand. Like, I'm not trying to be mean to you or anything like that, but this is a Halloween stream. We're not going to be getting off topic. All right, like yeah, I understand. You know, everybody wants to talk about Scream. I do too, but I want to do something different, you know, for once. I want to talk about, you know, Halloween and all that for, you know, let's do something different, you know, because, but yeah, I've been telling you, man, you got to quit being a troll. You got to quit. This is why you get blocked by other people because, you know, there's a reason for that because you act kind of weird and strange. They made him so weak. Yeah, they did. Corey was just so weak. You know? Or you're talking about Michael. Because I think Michael was weak. They made him look weak as well. I think they made him look. Yeah, I think. Yeah, do you mean Michael? Because, yeah, I think Michael is definitely. Was definitely weak. They made him look like a pussy. Sorry for um, saying that. Sorry for cursing, but that's the way they made him look. You know? Basically, he had a partner and he usually works alone, like, so that's my problem with it. But yeah, sorry everyone for that, for kind of getting them, a little mad at Scott Walker there. I had to keep on telling him. I had to keep on telling him, because he's known to to troll a lot of chats, and I don't like doing that to people, talking down. I don't like doing that because I'm a nice person. I want everybody to have a good time with each other and just have a good time, and not troll. But when it gets out of control, I have to do something. I have to say something. And of course, I'm not gonna block him right now unless he goes overboard. And then I will. But yeah, sorry about that, guys. I can't put up with trolls in the chat. You know. Michael Myers usually works alone. Yeah, he does. That's my problem with it. Like, the Fall Heart Foundation of Halloween, Michael, the Hitman, Myers, and Corey, and Cunningham. Yeah, yeah. They should have just called it Cunningham and not Halloween. Yeah, you're talking about Michael. There's no Daniel Harris. Yeah, Scott Walker, and I'm not trying to be mean to you, man. Like, I'm trying to be really nice, you know? But when you, I don't want any trolling here, all right? That's all. That's all I'm asking, all right? We'll just have a little, have some fun, talk about Halloween and all that, but don't troll it. Don't troll the chat, all right? You know how it start? What Daniel has returned Halloween? They should start a new movie with that flashback when she stabbed her foster mom. Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Rachel because she got killed in Halloween 5. I think we should get another Halloween movie within 4 to 5 years. That's what I said too. I said around maybe 5 years down the line. You know, I would say probably 5 years, another 5 years or so. And I could even see it being 10. But a lot of people may say that's a little too long. But I could totally see that being the case. Um, totally see that being the case. Halloween 4 sequel, yes, absolutely. And the return of Jamie Lloyd and Daniel Harris. Now, how awesome would that be? But nonetheless, everyone, I appreciate everyone's support tonight. I've had a blast. With everyone. Like I said, tomorrow we'll be doing the Friday the 13th. We'll be just talking about Friday the 13th, like just kind of like how we are with Halloween right now. Um, so you said what 2029? So 2029 noon Halloween? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. 2028, 2029 probably. That's right around what I think too. I don't think we're gonna get it like for a while. Have you heard about it? I haven't heard anything. I've only heard her say that she wants to come back. So you're getting so close, man. I mean, I'm not that fused as long as it is good, well written. Though, how about if I am boy film with no characters inside? Chris Michael Myers back. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, as long as it's about Michael Myers, and he doesn't have a partner or nothing like, um, as long as they make it about Michael Myers like they should, I don't have a problem with it. You know, um, so yeah. 2028 would make an anniversary year. Natty Knox, is there a new movie coming out on Daniel Harris? Oh yeah, and Daniel Harris is also in the I think in I think he was in the Victor Crowley film. So Um, the Hatchet films. I don't remember if she was in all of them, but I know she was in one of them. She might have been in all of them, but I know Robert Englund was too. What do you think the idea of him as Jamie Lang as a killer? No, 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 no. I don't want to see that really. I just don't really want to see that. I'd much rather just have Michael be the killer and not him not have a partner. I've been saying that for like I don't want Michael to have a partner. You know. Maybe she could get a little dark side. Maybe she could get a little dark. Kind of like in Halloween 4 where she basically, you know, had the knife or whatever. I mean, I don't really mind that, but Daniel Harris is in Hatchet too and variant cameo on Vader. Yeah, yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah, I remember that. But I appreciate like all the support, everyone. Crocodile Dundee, Richard Mike. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think we just need to keep it with icons, not creatures. Hatchet sequels, not the original. Yeah. Yeah. Well, everyone, I had a blast with y'all. Tonight. Tomorrow we will be doing a Friday the 13th live stream. Around probably the same time, probably around 10:30. Probably a little earlier, but probably around 10:30 tomorrow night. I think. Um, so like I said, stay tuned for that. But I have been going, for a couple hours tonight, and I think tomorrow will be, like I said, around 10:30. I think we're going to be doing that. Just talking about Friday the 13th. Like how we're talking about Halloween right now. We're just going to talk about Friday the 13th, and we're just going to kind of make that a new thing. Maybe I'll try to do something different. Like after, I just want to do something different. For once, and maybe after, like I said, we could talk about like Child's Play and all that. After we talk about Friday the 13th, um, just do new stuff. And but I think I'm gonna get back. I'm definitely gonna get back. To Scream. Don't worry. Like I'm getting back to Scream, guys. Don't think I forgot about Scream. I didn't forget about Scream. I just want to do something new. And new and fresh. I don't want to do the same thing. You know, like okay, I don't mind it. Do the same thing because obviously it's my passion. But I don't really talk about Halloween as much, and also I don't really talk about Friday the 13th as much, as I do like Scream and all that, um, or even like Child's Play. I don't even talk about Child's Play that much, on my channel. So it's just one of those things where I just want to kind of do something new and fresh, and not do the same like Scream is my passion, of course. All horror movies, all slashers. Um, but I want to like talk about the movies that I don't really talk about as much, like every once in a while, like I said, Child's Play, even Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street is another movie that we could talk about, but I think that we're gonna do after Friday the 13th. I think that we're gonna definitely do a Child's Play stream where we just talk about the Child's Play franchise and all that. Like, I think that we're just gonna make that a thing. And then after that, after the Child's Play franchise, maybe we'll do a Nightmare. You know, maybe we'll do a Nightmare stream or something. You know, like something like that. You know, um, it's just something new and fresh, to something to I didn't forget about Scream. Like I said, I'm gonna get back to that. Don't worry. Like, I'm gonna get back to that for sure. I'm definitely gonna get back to Scream. Um, but I just want to talk about, like I said, I just want to do something new. Like, just talk about movies that I don't really talk about like as much. Like, so I hope you guys enjoyed like the stream tonight. Tomorrow, be sure to look out for another stream. Like I said, the Friday the 13th stream tomorrow night, um, around 10:30, probably around the same time. And obviously, I'll like schedule it so you guys will know. But I hope you guys had a good night, and I definitely had fun tonight. It was definitely, I had a blast. Talking about Halloween tonight with you guys. We've been going like 2 hours already, so it's definitely a lot of fun. Definitely a lot of fun. Talking about films and all that, and especially slashers. Um, but yeah, just look out for that. We're gonna be doing new stuff on the channel, like I said. Talking about Friday the 13th on tomorrow's stream, and then after that, like I said, Child's Play. I think that's gonna be the franchise that we're gonna talk about after Friday the 13th. So I hope you all have a great night. And be sure, like I said, to watch out for the stream tomorrow for the Friday the 13th stream. It'll be around 10:30. You guys will be notified. You guys will probably see it because I'll schedule. But hope you guys have a good night, and see y'all tomorrow night. Peace.